Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. This is going to be a reading for the Taurus new moon, which is happening today, April 22nd, and this will go until May 22nd when we have the new moon in Gemini. Now, this new moon is falling on Earth Day, so our relationship with nature takes a special significance or takes on a special significance, and Taurus is ruled by Venus, which rules money, love, beauty, sensuality, and pleasure. Taurus is their mantra is I need. So how do you get your needs met? And what you need to feel safe and secure at this time is going to be very important. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this reading. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. We're going to invite spirit, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, and our spirit guides into this space to deliver the messages that we need to hear for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Messages for Pisces from April 22nd until May 22nd. Messages for Pisces from April 22nd until May 22nd. Whoops, I was doing the wrong spread. I love it. Everything is in reverse except for your outcome card, Pisces, which is very nice. Now, your overall energy is the Queen of Cups. This is your energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. The Queen of Cups is nurturing, loving, maternal, intuitive, creative, and very emotionally balanced. She is a fierce protector of everything that she loves and everything that she has. Everything that she has created. It's a lovely energy. I'm very happy she showed up in the upright. Underneath that, we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. This is more Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. This is a sense of having a lot of options. It can be a sort of, it can be that somebody has a lot of options. It can be in love, it can be in business, it can be just you're confronted with a lot of different choices at this time. When it's in the reverse, though, it is taking me back to that Six of Cups, which is a soulmate relationship, which is joy, which is bliss, which is happiness. Now remember, Venus is moving or is in Gemini, and it's the new moon energy as well of Taurus, and Venus in Gemini is, all about playing, laughing, having fun, that sort of childlike bliss. So make sure that you are doing that. But with the Six of Cups, the Seven of Cups in reverse, taking us back to the Six of Cups, it's all about an equal balance or an equal partnership. And it's also all about grounding. And this Taurus new moon is really giving us a new perspective on nature and how important it is to ground yourself. If you can take walks in nature, and if weather permitting, you can put your feet on the ground to feel the unconditional love from Mother Gaia. It's a great chakra balancing and cleansing. Now, this Seven of Cups in particular is interesting because this woman is on a dragon. Here we have this crescent moon, so perfect for this Taurus new moon energy. But it's also the need for you to not fantasize or idealize either yourself or a situation or another person, and sort of ground yourself in reality. Although we might be working towards spiritual ascension, we might be in sort of a dreamlike state, and there's nothing wrong with imagining, a different a different reality, or manifesting through visualization. But make sure that you're still paying attention to the everyday things. The King of Cups in reverse. Interesting that you have the King and the Queen coming out. So for some of you, this may be a reading about your soulmate, your twin flame, a divine partnership, and the importance of balancing the masculine and the feminine. The feminine is coming out balanced, upright in her power. The masculine, and remember when I speak about masculine and feminine, I'm not talking about gender, I'm talking about energy. And we all have these energies, so it can be you and another person, or it could be that masculine and feminine energy energy within you, but the masculine energy here needs to be balanced. In the reverse, the King of Cups is somebody, he's a well, in the upright, he's a visionary, he's a musician, a poet, a writer, somebody who's very creative, intuitive, and psychic, and this very nurturing sort of paternal figure. But when he's in the reverse, it can represent somebody who's having a creative block or is feeling quite emotionally imbalanced. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this reading, Pisces, and see how that resonates. You guys are showing up as the Two of Swords in reverse. This is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. You might have this in your chart, or you just might be exhibiting these qualities. The Two of Swords in reverse is like Hanged Man energy. In the minor arcana, it's all about taking a step back. There is a feeling of tension though in this card, because these two swords are very heavy. She's very, she's very tense. She's standing sort of at this cliff's edge, it looks like. And so if anyone were to walk past her, push her, or even blow on her, she might fall over, because she's very, very deep in thought. She doesn't want to make a move. These two swords are very heavy. These are two aces of swords, so they're both of equal importance. New directions, two clear thoughts, two ideas, and she's having a hard time deciding, or she wants to step back to get more of an objective read in order to make a decision. Now, the Two of Swords in reverse takes me back to the Ace of Swords, which is clarity, a new direction. So the importance of, and we see that with the Seven of Cups, the importance of grounding yourself, taking that time to make sure that that which direction you want to go. This is also, for me, the swords are always about alignment, imagining this bright white energy coming from source through your crown, okay, all the way down through your feet and through your earth star chakra as well, grounding you to to Gaia, and the importance of of clearing, being an open channel to receive the messages and the communications from your spirits, from your spirit guides, from your angels, your ancestors, your loved ones who have passed, and from spirit, and that healing energy that comes along with that. Now, what's holding you back, what's blocking you? We have the Ten of Cups. This is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy, and the Ten of Cups is happiness and wish fulfillment. The Ten of Cups in reverse, though, could be a feeling of being extremely emotionally drained, or the loss of a loving relationship or a partnership. It could also be, that just there's a sense of unhappiness or dis-ease that you're experiencing that may be affecting you at this time and might be holding you back. So this is a block that needs to be cleared in order for you to choose that new direction, in order for you to be very clear on where you need to go. Now, the intention that you should set, this is Leo energy, the card of strength, and this is all about finding your inner calm no matter what's going on around you. Okay, my dear Pisces, and this is showing up in the reverse, so Spirit is saying it's very important that you find your courage, you find your inner strength, and you find the courage and the strength to not only be the authentic you, okay, which is this Ace of Swords energy I'm feeling here. That's what you're doing with this Two of Swords energy, Pisces, but not only to to speak your authenticity, to stand in your truth, but also to set up sort of a force field and a protective sphere around you, to not let any negative energy in, to not let that dissuade you, and to really, so that you can focus. Again, I had this Two of Swords in reverse, is this focus, Pisces, that's required. I'm also seeing that focus here in the Seven of Cups, in that focus of balancing the masculine and the feminine. It might be, maybe the shadow side is operating more than the light side, so really focusing on what it is you need to do at this time and what intentions you need to set. With this Taurian energy, Pisces, remember to focus on, what are your needs? Are your needs being met? And then also how you can bring more beauty and sensuality. Are you expressing yourself? Are you enjoying yourself, okay, at this time? But most of all, because that is a need that, with balance, we need balance in all of our areas. And those are the needs, those needs need to be met as well, okay? So it's not just basic needs that I'm talking about here. And the strength card is just that. It's standing in your courage, finding your inner peace and your inner calm despite what might be going on around you. Now, What I do love about this image, though, are these two birds that are flying in the background. And these same two birds are showing up here on, on the Two of Swords card. We've got these two birds flying around her, and then in the Strength card, we also have those two birds as well. Okay, so that's interesting. So for me, I'm really getting, for some of you, this does have to do with a counterpart, twin flame, soulmate relationship, or some sort of union. But remember, if it doesn't speak to you in that sense, it could be the union between you and your higher self. Now, what you need to know, this is the Nine of Swords. Somebody here is feeling quite exhausted, all right? And I'm getting that with your intentions, the need for you to find your inner calm, to rejuvenate yourself, the Ten of Cups in reverse, to refill your cups, whether that's emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, whatever that might be. But that there's a real feeling of exhaustion. The Nine of Swords, this is, look, you can see she's sleeping. She just can't take it anymore. She needs to rest. The Nine of Swords can be this exhaustive energy if you're being wrapped up, if you're getting stuck or pulled into any sort of panic, anxiety, any fear, any sort of fear-based thinking, or a sense of like not having enough is what I'm getting here. And there's a real need for you to correct that. The Nine of Swords in reverse takes us back to the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is when we are stuck in that coulda, woulda, shoulda energy and that worst case scenario. And we're making things out to be worse than they are. So Spirit's really asking for you to, pull back, rest, get clear, get aligned, find your inner strength. And some of you, that might also be, doing an energetic cleanse, whether that's cord cutting or whether that's Reiki, just balancing. Remember that we store imbalances in our body. So things like Reiki and massage are very good for that. But through prayer and through meditation, because there is this exhaustion here that isn't helping you at all, and we don't want you to burn out here. The Eight of Pentacles as your future outcome is beautiful because this is about creating, this is doing the work, and this is putting your head down, and this is taking a blessing. I always see this, part of her wheel as that Ace of Pentacles, and working it and focusing on it and doing something that not only you enjoy, but something that is fulfilling for you. It not only, takes care of you, financially, but it gives you a sense of pride in doing that, or feeling like you're giving back, okay? Like a sense of unconditional love or service, selfless service, oftentimes. So let's go ahead and pull some additional messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for this Taurus new moon. April 22nd until May 22nd, when we have the new moon in Gemini. All right, the Three of Cups. This is celebration. This is reunion. Okay, for some of you, I just saw the coming together, finding that balance between the masculine and the feminine, even if that's within, is going to bring you so much peace, joy, and happiness. Doing that alignment, okay? And some of you might have to do some shadow work here. And then we get the third eye chakra, number 6. This is, the importance of using your intuition at this time. Your intuition will be operating at an all-time high. You should also be trusting your dreams, Pisces. Trust your dreams. I know that, a lot of people are having crazy dreams, will continue to have crazy dreams. So really trust your intuition. We get the Five of Cups. I'm going to pull one more card before I speak about that. And disruption, 16. Okay, interesting. Okay, so there is some sort of major shift that is taking place here, Pisces. Now, it's happening to, the whole world, as I'm sure you're aware. But in particular, for my dear Pisces out there, there's this emotional loss card. This is something that you have to work through. Now, again, for some of you, this is that you are in separation. Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups and we have the King of Cups in reverse. There's, you guys are in separation, and it might be creating some imbalance in your heart chakra. Now, he's holding his heart here, so this is definitely telling me that if you do energy work, balancing your heart chakra is going to be very, very beneficial, along with your third eye, focusing on these two chakras at this time. Now, this is in this 5 card here, we have the beautiful imagery of the spiral. So we find the spiral all throughout nature. And remember, Taurus is really asking us, this new moon is asking us to really, look at our relationship with nature and the special significance that nature plays in our lives. And this spiral imagery is really calling out to me. Spiral imagery is all about growth and it's about expansion. For those of you that might be doing crystal Reiki or working with crystals, setting up your crystal grid in a spiral, you might be learning that, you might be working with a spiral crystal grid at this time to work through any sort of emotional loss or pain or heartbreak that you might be experiencing. I'm getting for some of you, you may be experiencing some chest pain. Now, some of you may be sick and you might be really feeling that you might be feeling that like restriction and in your chest area. But for others of you, it's going to be just balancing your heart chakra because of some sort of emotional dis-ease that you're going through. This disruption, okay? This is interesting energy because the disruption card here is all about a total shift. What you know might be coming apart. I feel like, especially next to this, the Nine of Swords energy, all of the exhaustion, any sort of negative thinking, this has really been infiltrating infiltrating your aura and your energetic field. Okay. And it hasn't been allowing you to access that part of you that can rejoice and that can celebrate, that can openly love. So it's really important. I'm putting these pieces back together. And, the 16 is falling right on top of an 8. And how are you going to do that? You're going to take it one step at a time. You're going to just take a look, like make sure I'm really getting the importance here of earthing or grounding. This has come out in a lot of my readings, but, if you can, if weather permits, to walk barefoot on the ground, dig your feet into, you don't have to dig them, but rest your feet on the ground barefoot and just really ask Mother Earth Gaia for that unconditional love to send it through from your Earth Star chakra all the way up through your crown chakra. Okay, to really, I'm getting the need for balance and for alignment here, Pisces. I just wanted you to notice at the bottom of the deck, we have the firm foundation. So you need to really work on that firm foundation. Okay. And you need to do that. Why? So you can bring this happiness and this celebration, and so that you can also bring union into your life, balancing out the shadow and the light, balancing the masculine and the feminine. For some of you, it's going to be, calling a soulmate into your life. For others, it's going to be, just balancing you and your higher self, okay, which is going to bring you happiness and joy. And it's also going to turn your third eye chakra, it's going to turn it on big time. Additional messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for this Taurus new moon reading. You guys get intuition. Look at that. And look at that. We have this horn coming right out of her third eye. Absolutely beautiful. Pisces, trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. It's paramount. And then you get knowledge, seek knowledge. So for some of you, you guys are starting a new course of study. For others of you, you're studying, you're learning more about spirituality. Again, I was picking up on, some of you might be studying crystals or crystal Reiki. You might be studying other modalities of healing. Okay, that's going to really align this person here that's experiencing the disruption. So that either might be for you or it might be for someone else. What I love about this card here, some of you might be taking up meditation, yoga, whatever it might be here, but she's really, really studying. And what I love about that is I'm also getting some of you might be doing past life regression work or work with healing past lives. It could also be soul retrieval work, because I do see as these not only just as her memories. Remember that we do hold on to, our DNA as well carries memories from our past lives and from our ancestors. So some of you might be being triggered by this at this time, and it might be very helpful for you to do some past life regression work. Now, the final card I'm going to pull is a Romance Angels card. For some of you, this will be about a romantic relationship or a soulmate, twin flame, counterpart journey, but for others, it's not. Okay, so let's see which card you guys get. And here you get deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. Wow, interesting. So I feel like if we go back to our overall energy, Pisces, that we have the King of Cups in reverse. Okay, whether this is an intentional deception or whether or not somebody is being self-deceptive, again, we're getting that the need to not idealize or fantasize at this time. Some of you may have been idealizing or fantasizing your partner or fantasizing about your partner. But what I mean is not ignoring red flags, ignoring the reality of the situation. Some of you may also be trying to work with law of attraction. And remember, with law of attraction, you cannot manifest a particular person and you cannot manifest for another person. So if this is you trying to manifest your counterpart, you can manifest the type of loving relationship that you want or the type of partnership you want, but you cannot manifest. I'm not saying you cannot, but do not try to manifest a specific person. Okay, so, and I feel like for some of you, somebody out there really needed to hear that, because this deception, I also feel the King of Cups. I don't even feel like the King of Cups is intentionally being deceptive, but I feel like they might be misaligned. So they're not seeing things clearly, or they're not speaking their truth because they can't quite see what that truth is at this time. This emotional loss could also be clouding your judgment or this other person's judgment, or the judgment around this situation. Okay, so it's really important, Spirit saying trust your intuition. If you feel like something's off, it might be. Okay, so that's why it's really, really important, Pisces, that you guys do the work. Seek more knowledge. And is that not what you're doing here in that Two of Swords energy in reverse? Pulling back, trying to make the proper decision. But Spirit's saying what's going to help you make this decision, what's going to help you see through any illusion, is aligning yourself and trusting your intuition. All right, Pisces, I'm going to leave it there with you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. There is some work to do, but there is celebration here, okay? And there's also self-mastery. So really focus on your desired outcome here, Pisces. And I wish you all the best. This is... Again, this reading is from April 22nd until May 22nd. Be sure to check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. And I just want to thank you guys for listening, for all the love and support you show this channel. And I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. Take care.